We all have those nights where we can't turn off what we're thinking. And we become frustrated with not only ourselves, but everything around us. The anxiety level hits a level that it's like, I can't shut this thing down. And so therefore your creative mind is creating this process because it wants love. It wants energy. It wants to do something. And you're going, it's 3:00 in the morning. What? No. So it gets angry. And then you start feeling the guilt, the shame, all of that junk. Unplug, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed in myself. I really, really, really wanted to stay away from the action on the flat screen, the words in play on the social media outlets. I didn't want to be consumed by what is going on in Ukraine. First of all, I have a lot of love for the people of Ukraine. I pray for you every day, and I pray for those that are innocent and trapped in the country of Russia as well. I pray so much, but I didn't want to get myself so involved in it where now that's all I do. I got to check the news. Oh, wait a second. When was the last time I checked the news? I got to check the news. And it really does. It gets into you, and then it poisons you. And then you're always worried, well, God, what is this doing to other nations? Hopefully somebody's not going to take the side of Putin, because this is not good. We've been here, man. We've seen countries go to war. We've seen how they've kind of suckered in and brought other people into it, and they're going, how did I get here? And you go, what are we going to do now? We got to mop up this mess. I mean, it was like Biden last night. I don't want to get into this political crap. Biden said, it's going to take some time. Well, you know what? That's what they said about COVID, too. It's going to take some time. And I didn't want 2 years, but they kept saying it could be 2 years. Well, it's been over 2 years now, and we're still messing around with it. Hey, it's Arroe. This is the Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. I will take something. It's like it'll hit me right square between the eyes, and it's like, I guess that's the subject today. So I never go into a project knowing what I'm going to do until that writing instrument, the nib of that writing instrument, touches that page, and all of a sudden it's like, whoof. It's like, whoa. And I am not Superman. I am not any kind of a DC hero or anything like that. I'm not even Marvel. I'm just a daily writer. This is the Daily Mess. The big talk this morning is about Russia's media censorship. I want you to picture that, okay? Russia's media censorship. Now, how would you feel if there was U.S. media censorship? Now, a lot of people say, it's not going to happen. It would never happen. Who would have ever thought that would even happen in Russia in 2022? But the big talk this morning on the show is Russia's media censorship. This right here should serve as an all call to every single frickin' writer, podcaster, and other communicators to put the word out there, but don't shape it as an opinion. Exercise your strength as a creator and as a communicator to put your voice in forward emotion. When people are kept from the truth, false worlds are ignited. But can you keep your platform locked in on reality and not a point of view? Well, that depends on where you're getting your news, right? Without physically being in Ukraine, we must rely on journalists passing their stories through the digital process. Russia's media censorship. It can be broken, but you've got to be willing as a creative mind. You've got to be ready to go as a broadcaster. Because you know what? Journalists, they're already locked and loaded. There's a lot of them that are no longer associated with big business. Looking for the ideas to get the word out there, to plant it on the soils of a foreign country. We've got the technology. You've got to be able to put your voice in places where it can be received so that we don't have to hear about Russia's media censorship. Because if it's happening there, that could be the fuel that starts it over here. And when we get turned off and they start disconnecting us from the technology, I think other people in other places of the world will put their writers, their people in television and radio in places where they got to get the word here. We've been doing this all the time for Cuba. There are so many different radio antennas and things pointed at Cuba because they're always putting information there. But my challenge to you is, can you keep your platform labeled in truth and not opinion. It's a false world if you're giving it a false opinion. What we care about is that there are people in a country that are not getting any of the right news. They're not being told the truth. This is your opportunity to step up and do something about what you've been given. And that is a gift to communicate. And with modern day technology, it can wrap around the world. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.